Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. We've got the Talionis account we're going to work on building today. That is what's on the agenda, as well as course, can't talk today, as well, of course, as anything that you guys want to talk about in chat. Something in the game, in real life, whatever you want to talk about. I'm always excited to talk to folks on the channel, chat, share stories. Interesting information I've been hearing from some people over on the Discord. I didn't think Darth Bane could beat Rey with the new Rey crowns, but they're telling me that pretty reliably Bane can beat the Rey with the Rey crowns, and all you have to do is make sure that you kill Ben Solo with a basic, and he can't come back to life. So. Apparently that's a solution for some people against Rey, so I'm certainly going to have to test that out in GACs in this next round, this next week. Even if I get a loss, I think it might be worth it to throw that Darth Bane at a Rey just for the purposes of science. See how it works, get familiar with that matchup, show if that's another thing that we can beat with Bane. And be interesting to see if we can do that both with or without the Datacron. I felt like Rey would get to her ult and then just kill Bane, but they're telling me that he can survive whirlwinds and ults. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. Hope you guys are all making it a great day. Stormpooper's in the house. Stormpooper's having a Stormpooper's regular today, so that's good. We want our poopers to have a regular day. That's the target. We just want to be regular. Ilya says, hello, DL. Well, hello and welcome. I did not get any water. Oops. I will have nothing to drink during this stream. BB Aftermath says, what's up? What's up is Talionis, the law of retribution. We're going to be working on that account today. And I got to tell you guys, we're saving up crystals, right? So if we want to even have a chance that we can get this event done at the end of the month, we have to have, by my calculations, something like 6,000 crystals. I want to get up to about 9,000 crystals, and that way if I can only complete like the first 2 levels of the event, I would only get 20 shards of the profundity, and I would have to make 6 purchases. And I can't remember if those purchases are 1,250 or 1,500 out of the shop, but if I have 9,000 crystals, then I can make 1,500 times 6. I could make 6 purchases, get 60 shards, and get the profundity. So I feel like I have to stock up a bunch of crystals, which means I'm not doing. I found out that I have to do 1 refresh on regular energy. If I don't do at least 1 refresh, I'm missing my ticket requirements for the guild by very little. I had some days where I was getting like 390 tickets out of 400. If we got a 400 requirement in the guild that I'm in. So yeah, I was missing my targets unless I do 1 refresh somewhere in the day. But otherwise, we're saving all the crystals. So just free to play with the energy that I got in the game, plus the free energy that you get once a day for Cantina. A whole week's worth of work, and I was not able to get enough signal data to take Raddus to 9. We got to 30 here. That wasn't too bad. But man, the drop rate on these things is so bad. I'm getting like 4 or 5 of them a day sometimes, it feels like. And I guess I'm probably averaging closer to 10 a day. So I worked on that for like 4 days and got 40 shards out of there. So I'm only getting like 10 a day there. And of course these will farm up easily, once I could go farm those right now probably. But yeah, so we're still 10 short on the flawed signal data to get Relic 9, which means even though I can take Bistan to Gear 13 today, we're not going to be able to take him to, any Relic levels. Got to save up that signal data, finish out Raddus. Once Raddus is safely parked at 9, then we're in good shape, right? Because we got Raddus at 9, we've got the Cassian at 8, we've got the Dash Rendar that we needed at 7. So we'll just have to do Bistan and then finish out Mon Mothma. And, you know, that could be doable by the end of the month. I'm seriously thinking that we will be able to be in the Profundity event that will happen at the end of June. 4 weeks out, but it's looking real possible. Because we only have to relic Mon Mothma within those 4 weeks and then get enough signal data to finish these 2 characters off. And we're there. We qualify for the event, right? Our ships are already, I think, good enough. So, good stuff. Hey, Cody's in the house. Cody, hello, DL. What's up, Cody, man? How's the new job treating you? Things starting to calm down there, I hope. Or whichever way you want to look at it. We've got Wat Tambor too, so we'll probably invest in him a little bit and give him a Zeta. And then we could use him in certain teams to have a little more fun. But okay, let's work our way through this. So first things first, and this might be another good opportunity for me to talk about like how I work on my account in layers. So we've got 3 layers of account building. The first layer is the relics that we're working on. The second layer is the characters that we're building to gear 12, and the third layer is whatever we're farming out of hard nodes for the next thing that we're doing. So I'm going to have to take a look at that because we are going to need to start setting up for our next journey. I think that next journey is going to be Jabba in the long term. So we'll start working on a Jabba journey. I do think that there's a couple characters that I'm probably going to relic along the way. And again, I need to start working on that and setting that up. So I might even do that during the stream today. So layer 1, the first thing we do when we build the account, every time if we've got a character that we're working on to relic, we're going to spend those materials first. And getting him to relic 1 is only carbonite circuit boards. So we're going to go ahead and spend those carbonite circuit boards and get relic amplifier 1 here. But now you see it would cost us signal data to go any higher than that. So we're going to park him at relic 1 for now. Obviously, we have to finish him up to full relic levels to get the journey done. Mon Mothma, we need 150 of these, and so we're at 13. We're at the bottom of the barrel. Here we need 50 of these. I can't remember. I have to go look at Mon Mothma's stuff, but I think this is it for her Cairo. I think she's got 2 Cairos. We've already got 1 Cairo locked down on her from a couple weeks ago. So we just need this other Cairo. She may have 1 more at gear 11, but I think this is it. I think gear 10, and then we can finish her out to gear 12 and relic her. Easily doable by the end of the month. Easily. No problems to finish her out by the end of the month. So we will definitely have the characters relicked. I don't think it'll be a problem to farm up the signal data. I think we'll have the bronzium wiring for it, so that'll all come together. I'm building confidence that that's true. So as long as I don't do something foolish and misclick on somebody, then we get success. Okay, and then the next thing we want to do is we want to have tier 2 farming, and I have that listed here under teams to build. So we've got an Empire team that we want to build, and then we've got this clone bomb team that we want to build. And I'll take a little time to talk through the clone bomb team for anybody who doesn't understand what that is, hasn't heard of it before. Basically, how the clone bomb team works, and it's incredibly effective. This is really a cool thing, right? Let me see. So we go to 8. 5s cannot be revived. When any other 501st Clone Trooper ally would be defeated while he's active, they gain his health. They recover health, and 5s is defeated. When he's defeated this way, they gain his max health, max protection, speed, and offense in addition to their own stats. So what I've done in the past is I take 5s to like relic 7. Just, you know, as high relic levels as I'm ever going to want 5s. 7 is good, 8 would be even better, but we take him all the way up on relics. Then we leave all these other clones at garbage tier, right? Like we don't care. In fact, having these clones be weaker is actually better. So at least one of these clones we're going to leave with really lame gear. Okay? We take them in against something like Grievous or basically any team in GAC that has area effect attacks. The AI is programmed to target 5s, but it also has a program to target the weakest character on your team. And when you've got a Relic 7 5s and a bunch of other weak clones, it'll override that programming to attack 5s first, and it'll go for one of the easy characters and trigger your sacrifice instantly, right? Okay, so what is a level? Let's go out and take a look here and compare the difference between a Relic 7 character and a low gear character, okay? So here we're just going to look at Palpatine, like he's a low gear character. And we take a look at his stats, and his health is 15, 17 on protection, and his attack is 1700. So we can get an idea of what that looks like. Now speed is going to be lower, so 207. Okay, fine. So 207 speed. But it gives you an idea of that character's stats. Now if we look at Dash Rendar as an example of what 5s might look like, and we're going to mod 5s for speed and offense. So we're going to make him as fast as we can and as hard hitting as we can. So Dash could be a bit of an approximation for that. But you see here 66,000 health, 50,000 protection, and then let's say 300 speed. We could probably only get 5s to, I don't know, reasonably like 270 speed or something like that. But if the character already has 15,000 health, 17,000 protection, and 200 speed, after the sacrifice, they're not 270 speed, they're 470 speed. Their health isn't 66,000, it's 66,000 plus the 15 they already had. So you'll have like, 80,000 health, 80,000 protection, almost 500 speed, and you'll gain all that offense, which, again, this is a good approximation, so 5s will probably have like 6,000 offense at Relic 7, something like that. But for a character that only has 2,000 offense, when you give them, double their speed, more than double their speed, and give them an extra 6,000 damage, they just go crazy. The whole team is then acting like a Relic 10 character. The armor doesn't go up, so the one thing is, even though you have a ton of hit points, the characters are actually pretty squishy because they still have low armor. So it's, in terms of health and protection, it's not a perfect equation. But what happens in reality is the rest of these weak clones get crazy fast and hit very hard, and you just wipe out whatever team you're against. So that's the whole idea. You build up a massive 5s, you trigger a sacrifice intentionally, and then the rest of your clones go Nova, and you kill stuff. So it's a bit like the Qui-Gon team, except, different. Okay, so we have the TIE pilot that we could build for the Empire team. I don't know. We must have a different Empire character that we can stick in here instead of the TIE pilot, right? Like, what do we have for Empire? Yeah, Thrawn, right? Thrawn goes in there. And with that team, basically all we really want here is the leadership Zeta on Palpatine, right? When debuffs expire on enemy allies, they all gain turn meter. I don't think we need this one to make the team run, right? Let me go over to the Loquitur account real in the background and just check out what I've got on Palpatine over there, if I've got both Zetas or just the one. Okay, so Emperor Palpatine on my Loquitur account, I just have the leadership. Okay. So this is extra max protection, and when you inflict shock, he gains max protection until the end of the turn. Okay, so we've only got 2 Zetas right now. I'm going to put one on Wat Tambor to make him functional. So I think we'll put both these Zetas on. So we're going to add a Zeta here to Palpatine to make this team better. And I think we're going to go ahead and try to give some gear to Mara Jade. So let's take her up from 61 to around 80. And then we'll see if we can get a couple more clicks on gear. We got to make, we don't have Cairo to give her, so we got to make sure we don't use up Cairo. Okay. We're out of something anyway, so let's put a couple more skill tiers on her. Basic isn't as important as some of these other things. So this is just damage, also not terribly important. We're just looking for the debuffs. This one, I think we need to get to the stealth, right? Okay. And then is this skill might be a Zeta. What's going on? Why are you giving me a hard time, skill? Just skill up. Yeah, that's a Zeta. So we're not going to put the Zeta on there. And then let's make sure that we get... this level 4 on this skill is so funny. If Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker's on the team, he's enslaved by Mara Jade. He's enthralled by her. Okay, and then we could take this upgrade. And then this is a Omicron or something. Okay. Yeah, we need to be higher level to see that. Okay, so we'll just leave it there for now. Is this a speed arrow that's at gear 12? Let's enhance that to 15. Finish that off. Okay. So 216, we don't care about her. We're just going to start with Thrawn, throw the turn over to Mara Jade, so Thrawn's mods are the ones that are relevant. Okay, we also have... I gotta start building General Kenobi. I haven't even started on him yet. Grabbed a couple quick shards from somewhere. But the Jedi in this team... let's look at Galactic Republic, because we did build Ahsoka, so we can put her on there. And I think we'll take Plo. We built Barriss up a little bit. What if we use this guy? I mean, we can use him, right? Until the level that he takes Cairo. We can use Master Qui-Gon. Why not? I mean, he's low stars, but it doesn't matter in this team because we might be able to make use of his skills and stuff until Qui-Gon gets killed. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. It's only one Carbanti. We'll take that. And then we've got Cairo already at this level. Okay. So let's put mods on him for today. We'll stick him up in the favorites for now, and we'll use him as the character that we want to put mods on. And we'll get him up and running for the Qui-Gon team in Grand Arena. Let's see what he adds to the team. Again, at low level, he'll be getting the offensive stuff from Qui-Gon. Okay, if no other allies are taunting and all other non-galactic Legend Republic gain stealth. If an ally is taunting, all non-galactic gains speed up. Yeah, sure, we'll take that. That could help. I'll take the bet. This skill I don't know about, right? What is it? The result that half the time when you roll it, it literally does nothing. It seemed like when I was testing this in the marquee event, it came up blue all the time. So I don't know, is there like something that influences the result to come out red? Or is it just 50-50? If anybody knows, I would appreciate sharing it with the group here. So, I don't even know what these skills do. I'm just enabling walls of text. Look at these walls of text. All right. You are officially the 5th member of the Galactic Republic under Qui-Gon Jinn for Grand Arena. Congratulations, you've inherited a different version of yourself. What did I do? I went into this team and I kicked these guys out and I looked for Galactic Republic Jedi. I put in Ahsoka and I put in Qui-Gon, and then apparently I forgot to confirm the squad. Okay, there we go. Confirmed. Alright, so we put a Zeta onto Palpatine. We need to put the Zeta onto Wat Tambor. So let's... Although there's not a team right now that I absolutely have to have Wat for. Maybe for the Mara Jade team, but with Mara Jade you don't need Wat for that team. Yeah, let's go ahead and activate Wat and try to get him up to a level where we can use the Zeta. I think that means that we'll have to take him up into the 80s, right? Okay. We'll take him up to 82 first, try to save a few training droids back to at least, you know, start with the clones. And mass manufacture is the one that we want to get leveled up all the way, right? So let's get in here and, oh, maybe I spent too many skill materials on those other skills. Okay, so Wat takes a bonus turn instead, right? That's what we want. We want a bonus turn. And Wat's done. And now, I don't know how many of y'all know that, but when you've got Wat Tambor, that's it. Once you unlock Wat and put that Zeta on him, he is already useful. You don't have to put mods in him. You don't have to, like, literally, if you had a Sith Eternal Emperor and you built your Wat like this, you would start the combat. He would put the tank tech, the Bactoid shield generator onto C, and his job is done. He's done. It would prevent you from using a Datacron, for example, but Wat Tambor, 4 stars, garbage gear, no mods, who cares? Just bringing him into the battle and putting one of the appropriate tech onto the right character at the start of the battle is already enough to justify putting him in the team. It's that good. Okay, let's go into squads now, and let's start working on these clones. And to be honest, I think for today, we're just going to start with 5s. We've already spent materials on other characters, so yeah, I think we'll just start working on 5s today. And of course, this will be more of a long-term project that we're working on over time. But yeah, so let's take him up and put some gear on him. And then we'll look forward to starting to unlock the clones. And again, this is a tier 2 thing. So it's only after I've geared up the other stuff that I have a higher priority on. Then I take all the leftovers and I put here. And, you know, it might take me 4 weeks to build this team to the point where it's even effective, because we'll have to get 5s at least to gear 12, get the other clones unlocked, get them leveled up. So all that stuff is going to take resources. And, oh, we're out of everything. Okay. So yeah, we'll just chip away at this slowly over time with whatever leftovers we have when we're done with our A tier stuff. Okay, so there's that. Now, is there any other character that we want to gear up? Mara Jade is not lit up. Okay. She's got all green pluses, but she's not ready to level up. Alright, let's go out to the front and see if there's anybody. Ooh, Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. That would be good. Yeah, let's think about this. Maybe K2SO, if he's ready to go, would be better, but I think I'm all out of materials to level up. So unless we can get a gear tier out of just going to 72, which we might. This needs 74. Okay, so we're out of luck with K2, but he's in Cassian's U-Wing ship, so building him up can help him be available for the Raddus team if I want him, or Mon Mothma team or something like that. I like K2SO. I actually had him relic to a high level, and I also put the Zeta on him. We actually put the Zeta onto K2 on my main account, and I thought it was good. The Zeta. So in the Rebels version of the challenge, the assault battle where you have to take in Rebels, the challenge tier 3 in there, it was very hard for most people. A lot of people didn't even get it until Leia came along. But I think I was Relic 7 on K2SO with the Zeta, and every time they would attack, he would counterattack and trigger assist from Chupio, and so that team I could work my way through challenge tier 3 with K2SO. But his counterattacks and using that to get assists from Chupio is how that team worked. But he was incredibly durable, and he could stand up to those challenge tier 3 troopers. Pretty amazing. Okay, let's see what else. Hi DL, Deacon says it's 100% blue. It always comes up blue. Oh, it resembles the scene in episode 1 where he uses the Force to manipulate the dice. Oh. I bet it's always blue because of what happened in the movie. Yeah. Okay. Because, yeah, I just, when I played the marquee, I noticed that it always did something. And so it's just flavor text. It's literally just flavor text in there that says it can come up red, and it just never comes up red. Does anybody else think that's kind of BS? If the result is red, this ability has no effect. Deal special damage. Master Qui-Gon will influence the outcome of the chance cube roll. So I guess that last sentence there means he's going to always make it come up blue. That's interesting. Okay, so basically, it's just weird flavor text, basically it. Maybe there's like some kind of 1% chance of failure or something, I don't know. Like Jar Jar has a 1% chance of just like one-shotting, or 0.1% chance of one-shotting anybody. Deals special damage based on 5% of his max health to all enemies. Dispel all debuffs on all Republic. Ooh, that's nice for the Qui-Gon team. Okay. Any ally Padawan Obi-Wan gains 30% offense for 2 turns if the leader. Oh wow. Oh wow. So we got to get, even at low level, what we got to do then is we got to get Mace Windu has to be booted out of this team instantly, and we have to take a look at getting this guy in there, because he's going to give offense based on his. He's going to get offense based on his speed because of this leadership, right? When in Grand Arenas at the start of the battle, if there's no Galactic Legends and all allies are Jedi, everybody gains offense equal to 30 times their speed. So we make Padawan Obi-Wan as fast as we can and give him... I think speed mod sets are probably even better just to boost his speed a little more. But we make his offense as good as we can reasonably make it. We give him all offense mods all the way up. And then Qui-Gon gives him extra bonuses to his offense. 30% offense for 2 turns is huge. And his offense is already going to be jacked up because of Qui-Gon. So we should play the team like that. Eventually. Right? So we'll have to invest a little more effort into that into that Obi-Wan before the next Grand Arena. I don't think this is a good enough idea that you could do 3s with Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon. I don't think you could do a 3v3 like that. I think the Jedi Knight Anakin is still kind of the key to the Qui-Gon team working. But you could maybe do... Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if you could do like Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Padme. Is one of these guys support? Are they both attackers? Qui-Gon is support. Interesting. So you could make like a Padme... Yeah, you could make an interesting team with Padme, Qui-Gon, and do the Gideon trick in 5s. I don't think it'll work in 3s, though. I don't think, like, Padme, Qui-Gon, and Gideon makes it any better than any other character. Interesting, though. Interesting. It's flavor text, but I suppose they could use it as design space in the future. Like a kit upgrade to Darth Maul. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting that the blue cube is just like flavor text. Okay, we could upgrade Boba Fett. We need a bounty hunter team. We're using the bounty hunter team in Grand Arena right now. Almost every matchup that we play, we end up using this. So let's get the max damage on his basic, and we'll upgrade his gear one more tier. And he'll probably just stay gear 11 forever. But, okay. So, makes the bounty hunter team just hit just a tiny bit harder. And that's the problem we're having with our bounty hunter team, is that we just don't have enough damage. The damage is just a bit too lame. Okay, so let's go in and mod this Master Qui-Gon. Do our mod work for the week. Manage mods, filter, get rid of small ones. Let's go. I can't click as fast as I can think, it's way behind. Alright, bad stats, filter, select, sell. Yep, get rid of them all, 9 mods. Gray work. Select all, upgrade to 9. We've only got 10 million to work with here, so we're going to be out of money pretty fast. So potency there, protection here, sell everything else. Those are worth trying to take up to 12, so let's do that. And then sell these other 2. One of them got speed. I can't say if it got good speed or not, but it did get speed. Sell off the 3s. Only 4 mods to slice this week. Pretty sad. It's not the bad batch, it's the sad batch. Statistically, we should hit on one of these, right? Well, 50% chance down with no success. Okay. One last chance. We failed 3 in a row. What's the chances that we get this one? The answer is exactly 25%. The odds don't change, no matter how many times we failed previously. That's an offense main stat, though, with 8 speed substat. So, you know what? Just put that on him. Okay, DC filter. Oop. Manage mod. Yeah, whatever. Why? Quit hassling me. 9. And then we'll go look for things that have no speed. And we'll get rid of them. Sorry, guys. Just don't have any use for you. Select all this and take it to 12. And then we'll go see if we have anything worth slicing. Any new? Nope. Doesn't look like anything new that's good. Dang. Shut out. Okay. Purple mods. Select all those. Grade them to 3. Sell off any gold and purples that don't have speed. Buy. Level up everything here to 12. Okay. And then go to slicing and see if there's anything new to slice. It doesn't look like it. This one could be new. Let's go. Come on. Hit some speed. Hit speed. Come on. Nope. Alright, let's calibrate out of tenacity. And we've got 214 of these. I'm willing to calibrate twice, but no more. Alright, we went from tenacity into offense. We'll take that. Let's take the other tenacity and see if we can get that speed. Come on, speed. Well, 5 rolls in offense. I'm not going to complain too much about that. 6% offense on a mod's not bad at all. Alright, we'll lock that one in. It'll just have to be that. That'll be what it is. Okay, what else do we have that we might want to slice? 13 speed, 14 speed. Not good enough. Okay. Alright, so then that's it. That's as good as it gets. Alright. Master Qui-Gon. Let's do offense mods for him. And of course I wish we'd have more speed because he's going in the Qui-Gon team where he gets extra offense based on speed, but take what we can get. 12. Oh my goodness. It's pretty awful. Protection. We would really like an offense main stat. There we go. That'll get us the offense bonus. And then we'll do offense here. Health. Crit damage. We really want crit damage. Really, really want crit damage on this one. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to take crit damage on a mod that's not got any speed at all on it. That's it. That's the only crit damage mod we've got. Yoicks. Okay. And we'll have to change one of these out to offense. Potency. We'll take potency, I guess. I don't know what skills he's got that require potency, but okay. 184 speed. Blazing speed. Look at that. Okay, confirm that. Alright, that's mod work for the week. Okay. Let's go catch up on chat. What you were saying about mid-maxing your account before buying the hyperdrive at around level 59, would you still do that, and how would you do it? So in the past, there were reasons to play the early game and get rewards. I think they've got like They had a Bad Batch special going on where if you start an account at level 1, you could get Bad Batch. And it's not a bad idea to play those. I think on the Lex Talionis account, man, I got to level 60 and fast. It was like 2 weeks or so, I think. So it doesn't take that much time. But in retrospect, I think there's less opportunity to springboard than there once was. There is some advantage to playing out the early game, because if you take like that first 5 or 6 days, you farm a lot, you get a lot of little quest completions. Those quest completions give you crystals, so you get like this little nest egg of about 1,800 crystals or so that you can get just by working for a couple weeks. But I wouldn't wait till 60 anymore. As soon as the leveling starts to slow down and you've gotten enough of those quests completed, you want to start getting Galactic Wars locked in every day for full value and all of that stuff. So I don't know exactly what level. I think I got to like level 41 on the first day. So play to level 41, and then I would play for a week, no more than 10 days. If you get to level 60 before then, buy the Hyperdrive bundle. But yeah, it's just because you get all of those little quest completions. So if you're doing that, make sure that you keep bouncing back and forth with your objective tab. Because the whole point of it, when you get the Hyperdrive bundle, the starter objectives go away, right? All the starter objectives go away. So that's what you want to be taking advantage of, is these achievements that you get at lower level and the quests that you get at lower level. You want to close those out. And some of these are like, donate gear, get 2 crystals. It's not that big of a deal. Some of them are like kill Ewoks, here, defeat sand people, you get a few shards and some money. But that's why you're gonna go back to the beginning. And you could see at some point that I stopped paying attention to that. And you don't want to do that, right? You want to make sure that you get all of these quests completed all the time that you're leveling up. And just bank all your crystals, don't do refreshes, and just chill for that first week. And then when you go to the Hyperdrive, it overwrites anything that you've done with the characters that are in the Hyperdrive bundle, but like the amount of crystals that you have stays the same. So that's, in terms of character building or mod generation or any of that stuff, there's not an advantage to it like it used to be. Yeah. So it's worth it to play for the first couple days to try to get as much of that resource as you can out of the game, but then you don't want it to take too long. Once the progress starts to slow down and you're not actually closing out a bunch of quests every day, just blast yourself up to 85 and go. Been playing with a new mod building strategy that I don't think you'd like. Instead of farming mods, I buy purple and gold mods from the shop. I figure the cost spent on the mod, so I start off with high quality mods. Actually, Graham Case, I presented both of those options in a prior video. I actually compared what I would call a mid-game strategy of farming your mods and farming slicing materials versus, and I consider it to be an end-game strategy of buying mods. Because if you're in the mid-game, just like this Lex account, right? If I spent any money buying mods, then I have no money to build characters. And this, man, every time I do a raid completion, I am spending a lot of my raid currency buying credits. And still, the amount of credits that I have to spend is used up, almost used up every week. Leveling up characters is just brutal. It's punishing on the amount of credits that you have. So while you're building in the early game, there's no way that you can afford the credits and the shipbuilding materials to buy mods. Later in the game, you can afford that. And the strategies work out where buying mods out of the shop has a slight statistical advantage over building mods from scratch if you're not picky, right? So if you take every mod and you try to develop it with the regular strategy, you're better off just buying mods out of the shop. If you sort mods and you only build high potential mods, you'll get less total mods that get a lot of speed hits. But the ones that you develop yourself, where you set high standards, where you're going to slice them if they have 10 or 11 speed, and you try to get a lot of mods so that you can really focus on the ones that hit those high speed rolls, you'll actually develop less mods, but they'll be higher quality, higher speed. You'll have more in the 25 plus range that way. That's how the statistics work out. So, like on the Loquitur account, it's all three right now. So I do build a bunch of mods every week. I farm slicing materials on like my split for a long time has been 4 days on slicing materials and 3 days on mods. So I'm already farming more slicing materials than I am mods, and then I'm buying the very best mods that I see out of the shops, which is probably on the Loquitur account maybe 2 mods a week, 3 mods a week. There's a lot more 5-speed mods that I could buy out of the shops. If I just wanted to do a slicing only strategy, I would have to buy a lot more mods. But for me, that's what I have extra currency for, is let's say 2 or 3, maybe 4 mods a week. So no, I completely approve of that strategy. I give it 2 thumbs up. But I still think if you want the very highest speed mods in the game, that building them yourself gives you more chances to get those super high speed mods. And the way to backtest that is, think about this. If you buy something that has 5 starting speed out of the shop, thumbs up, right? If you get 3 random rolls on that while you're leveling it up to gold, those 3 rolls might be anything. It might be 3, 4, 5. It might be 3, 3, 4. Whereas if you're focusing on mods that have already rolled 10 or 11 speed, you've already got a 5 and a 6, or a 5 and a 5, or a 4 and a 6 invested in that mod, and you get 2 more rolls on that going to gold, statistically, you've already got a higher base. So I hope I'm not confusing you by saying that, but building them yourself from gray or green lower level mods gives you more opportunities for a better quality mod. But just by 1 or 2 speed, but honestly, that's the difference between a 22 or a 23 speed mod versus a 25 or 6. So it's enough for me to want to always build some of my own mods. Sean says, I've been thinking about a new account with a gas Kenobi build. Can't seem to make it work efficiently. If you just went in and bought hyperdrive bundle and gas, you don't have to worry about efficiency. Your first journey still needs to be an executor or a profundity. You can't, with any light speed bundle, you can't use that as an excuse not to do good account management. So you'll want to build into gas, but you still do the same things that you'd do on any account. You got to build Imperial Troopers for 2 assault battles, challenge tier 1. You need to build Jedi for the Qui-Gon team that gives you a free win in Grand Arena. You need to build, lost my train of thought there for a second, Smugglers for Smuggler's Run, because the Lightspeed bundle for gas, I don't think gives you Smugglers. So there's still that same context, that same early game build. Go into your big fleet, build some of these other teams up in the background, unlock as many events as you can. That's all still the same. And it's exactly the same, except you buy the gas, you have the negotiator, you go straight to fleet number 1 and start getting 400 crystals every day. That's the difference. You start your account with guaranteed fleet wins, but you have to go for a profundity or an executor because other people will be, and you won't be beating those ships with your negotiator reliably. So you have to be the one who gets that big capital ship first and knocks out the other negotiators and protects your position in fleet. So It's the same thing. It's the same thing as any account strategy. And then you guys know what comes next, right? First, you secure your fleet placement. In this case, building executor profundity. And the second thing you do is start securing your hard conquest. It's the exact same formula that you would do with a new account. You just leapfrog fleet and you get gas early. I wouldn't even build gas team, right? So like whatever you get from the Lightspeed bundle, that's what you get. Are his 501st clones in that bundle? I honestly don't remember. Is it still in the shop? I don't know. I don't remember if that bundle is still in the shop. Is it a gift? Master Qui-Gon bundle, Bad Batch, Troopers giftable. Oh. Yeah, and if you can't buy the gas pack anymore, then I would definitely not recommend going for gas. Gas gets 3 thumbs down. I did it on the... Okay, I speak from experience. I did it on the Opticio account. That was the original plan on the Opticio account because at that time clones were good and Shakti clones were getting Kiadi Mundi shards, which would get you a good guild 3 years ago. Okay? So when I started the Opticio project, or 2.5 years ago, whatever, that's what I did. I did the 501st into a gas build for full relic clones with gas on top. And it's a very inefficient build. I would not recommend it, and especially not in today's environment. It felt like a lot of resources that didn't really pay off that well, and in the current environment, the clone team isn't needed for anything. So if you did build a gas account kind of like as a build path, I wouldn't build the clones. I'd do a relic 5s with a bunch of little clones and build up gas and just have a 2 relic team. Just leave it at that. Yeah, gas is not a good start. I don't honestly. I've thought that it's always been kind of a weaker start. Now, I mean, back in the day when I did my very first starting guides, yeah, building gas made a lot more sense. Like I said, because the clones were needed for Kiadi Mundi, it was a different time. But in today's environment, it's if you can buy the Lightspeed bundle and just grab gas, it's the highest value thing in the game. But if you're actually building gas manually, it's a lot of wasted resources that could have been directed somewhere else. I'm over-explaining it. I'll shut up now. Which characters would you farm before the hyperdrive? Still Geos even with Lightspeed? Definitely Geos out of Cantina, and things like I'd have to look. I know Piet is not in the bundle. I would 100% farm Piet. I would probably 100% farm Iden Versio to get the Vulture Droid unlocked. I know the Vulture Droid comes with the Hyperdrive bundle, but you want to be able to farm it up after that, so there's no reason not to, work on Iden, because you'll get her as you're getting the Vulture Droid. I still think that's a worthwhile farm. It's on my tab, guys. I'm still farming Iden. We're on our last set of shards for Iden because we farmed her up for the Vulture Droid. So again, I'm speaking from experience. She's on the tab, and we're actively farming that node. I don't farm it every day. So every day I farm Django, the ships, and then I'm kind of splitting between finishing Chupio, getting Iden, Captain Rex. Sabine I'll get someday. But these are kind of the characters that I farm. And then when it's Dark Side Day, I farm all the Dark Side characters. When it's Light Side Day, I farm all the Light Side farms. So that's a little bit how my gimmick works. And if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about with the Light and Dark Side days, you need to get familiar with this Objectives tab over here at the end, Guild Activities. Spend energy in Light Side battles. So guess what? Today, I need to just spend energy in Light Side battles for my regular energy. Now, some other people in the guild might follow this too, and they're going to spend more energy than me. But for people that aren't paying any attention to this and they're splitting half and half between light and dark side, I will spend more energy than them. And the amount of currency that you get for that, if you look down here, I mean, you get 114. If you look up here, you get 140. That's 30 more. It doesn't feel like that much more. But if you do that every single day of the week and you follow the objectives, and you're getting like 40 more of this currency every day throughout the whole week, you know, that's an extra, 280 currency a week that you get. And every couple weeks, that's another purchase out of the shop for Mark IV Bactigels. So these little things, if you're going to really min-max your account building, you know, you got to pay attention to what it is on the daily objective. And as many years as I've still been playing this game, you know, every single Monday I've ever played has been light side day, but I swear I don't remember. I just can't remember the order these things go in, so I have to check that tab like every day and verify what day it is. So whatever reason, I mostly remember what day it is, but yeah, I still check it every day before I do my farming to make sure I'm on track for the objective. Just a little way to min-max your rewards. I also like that I can convert ship currency into mods in the store. Yeah, and if you're a mid-game player, that's actually you get extra ship currency before you get extra credits, for sure. That's the currency that you'll have, quote, extra of first. Sean says, I guess I'm looking for a new angle for an alt account. Maybe it's just not different enough or possible to differentiate enough. So Sean, here's the thing, and again, I don't want to squash your dreams or whatever. The first thing that I would do if I was trying to plan out an innovative way to build an account, what's the account going to do? What's your plan? If you say, well, I want to dominate GAC, if you go in right away and you just start building teams that are good for Grand Arena, you put your first resources and your first Omicrons into Wampa and Savage. Those two characters will solo most low-level teams in GAC, and it gets you 2 instant victories. You can build a clone bomb team, you can build a CLS team, you can build a Padme team, Qui-Gon, and very quickly you can be punching up by 3-4 million in Grand Arena. You know, you get to 2 million like the Lex account, and if all the relics that I had built on this account were GAC specific relics, like, let's just go take a look. You know, you think, okay, this could have been Wampa, this could have been Savage, this could have been Dash Rendar is fine, Gideon's fine, it could be those characters, but this could have been Darth Vader, this could have been you know, other characters, right? So how easy would it be for me to beat like a 6 million account if all of these relics were GAC focused? Well, it'd be easy. It wouldn't be any problem at all. But my fleet would be complete garbage, right? I wouldn't have fleet placement. I wouldn't be getting those crystals. I wouldn't have any hope of getting those crystals. And you just, the differentiation that you do by trying to build for GAC is that your account's getting worse while other people's accounts are getting better. And the gap widens. So that's the question. What's your plan? What are you going to do with the account? And if the answer is, well, I want to win GAC, every road leads back to secure fleet placement and get 400 crystals a day. Everything leads back to that. If you want to build more stuff for Grand Arena, you got to get those crystals. Well, okay, fine. I got my crystals. Now I want to build for GAC. You'll find the same thing. It comes back around to, well, if you don't get the conquest characters, you're going to be shut out in GAC by the people that did get the characters. So I just can't get away from those two things being the first two objectives for every account: securing fleet placement and securing conquest. And then all build paths lead back to the same formula. build a big fleet first and prepare for conquest. So again, maybe I'm just too narrow-minded in my thinking, but like a gas build doesn't do either one of those things. Now, the flip side of that is, what's fun for you? I mean, it's one thing to talk about building an account efficiently and picking the most effective, efficient account that you can build. And there's another thing to say, well, you know what? I changed my mind. I just want to have fun. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in and we're going to have the most fun possible. Well, then just do whatever's fun for you, and to heck with winning or what other people think. Ziggy's here. Wep Pluskin says, hey Dio, hey everyone. Hey Wep. I saw your comment that you watched my video. I don't know if you actually watched that Daggerheart or that role-playing game video or not, but yeah, if anybody would please click on the link. I put a link in the description down below of a video that I put out on my Loquitur RPG channel. I want to give that video a good push and see if I can, you know, get the target audience to get a few views on it, get some traction with that. I think it's a pretty cool video and a concept that I think I want to share with the RPG community. So if anybody can click on that and give it a shove, I would certainly appreciate it. Sean says, so I think that the base teams are set. Where do I go after that? That's the beauty of the game right now, Sean. Once you have those two things secured, there's really no wrong answers. In my world, build ships, build conquest, and then work on stuff that improves your guild. And then Grand Arena, you just get whatever you get in Grand Arena, right? You build the right things for your guild, you help get the best rewards you can for territory wars, territory battles, and secure all that stuff. And, you know, those teams are going to help you in GAC. It's going to be fine, and you just take what you can get, right? I think the idea of building an account specifically for Grand Arena right now is dead. But if you wanted to do that instead, you said, okay, I'm not going to build all the guild stuff. I'm going to build Grand Arena stuff. You could do that too. There's really no wrong answers. If you want bounty hunters, there's bounty hunters that, I mean, Fennec Shand can kill Lord Vader. If you wanted to build Bad Batch, build Marauder, build into Negotiator, build into Lord Vader as a character. There's so many things that you could do in the game, and all of those teams are fine. Once you've got fleet secured, once you've got conquest secured, it's really hard to make a mistake from there. Just build whatever you like and it'll be fine. And I know that sounds generic, but it's really true. It's really true. Jabba's good, Leia's good, JMK still good, Jedi Master Luke is still good. Any of those choices. Even, I think I probably would go so far as to say as avoid Rey or SLKR and just buy the Lightspeed bundles whenever they come back up. But yeah, I mean, the world's your oyster from there. Working on guild stuff, working on raids, whatever you feel like. Yeah, maybe I could put more context to that if I thought about it more. Okay, so let's talk about punching up. And let's create a new squad. I'm going to pick 5 characters that if I relicked would put the account really far ahead in Grand Arena. Anakin would be one. Fives would be one. With the clone team, let's see who else. We could take the troopers to another level by doing Dark Trooper. We could take the Phoenix to another level by doing Rex. Who else would be a really good relic? Like a single team relic. Savage would be good, but I don't know if we want to do Savage. What about Bosk? Do a relic Bosk and just sit on defense. Man, if you have a decently modded fast Bosk at relics on defense, it can just shut down some opponents at lower Grand Arena stuff. Who else? What else do we have that we're already building that could be overpowered? Thrawn. We could build Thrawn to relic. That would be for the Chimera capital ship that we're already using as one of our primary capital ships. It would also be, you know, a 20 speed faster for that Mara Jade team. And we ran a team like that on Loquitur for a while. So these could potentially be 5 high impact relics. Okay. And then let's go refresh ourselves on what the Jabba the Hutt journey looks like and what characters we need there. Galactic Legends, Jabba the Hutt. We'll see. Okay, so Chrysanthemum, Han Solo, no problem. Gamorrean Guard is a shop character. Outrider, no problem. Greedo's a shop character, I think. Skiff Lando, Jawa, Jedi Knight Luke, Rooster, and C-3PO. What out of that do we have to farm? C-3PO we're going to be getting anyway as part of our Profundity CLS journey. Jawa. So Skiff Guard Lando I think we have to farm. Chrysanthemum I think we have to farm. Okay. Let's actually put this as our journey for a second. So we can go in and take a look. Okay, journey. Oop. We'll just close this down and go to the journey guide, characters. Okay. Greedo. Where do we find Greedo? Okay. Nowhere. There are no Greedos anywhere. Greedo is not available. Okay. He's got to be out of a shop somewhere, right? No Greedo at all. This is garbage. Greedo's in a shop somewhere, right? Is he down here? Okay. There's Gamorrean Guard. Jawa Engineer isn't what we need. But, Ewok, Luke's phone boy. Some of the clones are down here, but we could finish them when we need to. Ayla Sakura, Battle Droid, SF TIE. Okay. So Greedo is not in here. Where the heck does Greedo come from? There he is, right there. Okay, so Greedo's, yeah, he's a Squad Arena character. All right. Shahan says, my best guess is Gas may be the new galactic level GL ship leader. Oh, you think Gas is going to be the pilot of the new Galactic Legend level ship? Interesting. Interesting. Jawa is a shop character, right? Another farm character. Dark Side Farm. feel like Jawa's got to be available somewhere. Chrysanthemum is Cantina, I think. Yep, Cantina Farm. Okay. Skiff Lando, I think, is light side. Yep, light side. And Moosh Leia is light side. Dark side. Okay. So let's put those two at least into our farming tab. Let's skiff guard Lando here. Okay. And then we can go to dark side, and we can put in Oosh. All right, so we can put them on the farming tab and start paying a little more attention to them as we're working through the rest of our profundity journey. And that'll be the next rotation of characters to farm. I don't think I actually have an active Cantina tab of things that I want to farm. The Geos were there. The Ewoks were... Oh, Chirpa. I think we didn't finish Chirpa, did we? We didn't finish Chirpa. I think we still need to farm him out to 7 stars, yeah. So he's got to stay there. And then we'll add in Kerr. Say at the mum. And then I have to go back and look also at the Jedi Knight Luke journey and figure out if there's anything there that we need to farm. So let's do that real quick just to have a look. Jedi Knight Luke. Shop for requirements. Where are the requirements listed? Okay. I guess we got to begin the journey to go see what characters are in it. That's convenient. Okay. Rolo. Okay. We need Rolo. We'll get her with another few light side Hoth battles. Captain Han. Hermit Yoda we gotta buy. Wampa we gotta purchase. The rest of it we'll have, right? Lando's a shop character. Captain Han. Cantina maybe? Cantina? Yeah. That is crazy. That's crazy how far along we're going to be in qualifying for this event. If we just buy Wampa and Hermit Yoda, the rest of this stuff is a foregone conclusion. And we can relic these characters all up. That is crazy. Wow. So good. Okay, so we just need Rolo. Just need Rolos. If we get her from the Hoth battles, probably three more cycles of Hoth, right? 3 more months. There's no way I'm going to get any of that Luke stuff or anything before 3 months. Wow, we are in really good shape for Jabba. We are in really good shape for Jabba. That is... Captain Han. I'll have to verify some of these characters and just make sure that we're going to be able to get them out of the shops and stuff like I expect. But yeah, we'll just keep trucking along. We'll do Chirpa. Once we start getting fleet placement and start getting crystals there. We'll go up to 3 Cantina refreshes a day. I can blast through some of these characters pretty quickly once we're getting those Cantina refreshes. We can start farming. Yeah, I feel like I need to start farming Leia and the Skiff-Guard Lando right away. Dang, we could be ready for this whole thing in like 4 or 5 months. With both Jedi Knight Luke and Jabba. I'm excited, y'all. I'm like, actually, that is so good. We're in good shape. We're in really good shape. I love that for us. All right. How would you feel about farming the Raven's Claw into the early Home 1 fleet? The Raven's Claw is a big fat disappointment to me. I've been messing around with the Raven's Claw on my Loquitur account, and it is useless. Leviathan and Executor and Profundity top tier. Chimera and Negotiator with the Marauder are kind of next tier down. After that, you've got Raddus fleet, you've got Malevolence, Finalizer, stuff like that. And then, you know, down here at the bottom is a Home 1 fleet with Raven's Claw. If somebody else has figured out how to use that ship, more power to you. But man, you put it in there with 2 relic level X-Wings, and the enemy just targets your bigs and kills it instantly. And then your Wedge, and then your Raven's Claw. And it's, I mean, you don't last past the first round. You put a tank in there, and the tank just gets shredded. Like, against all these fleets that have such good damage, there's nothing that seems to keep that fleet together long enough for the Raven's Claw to make a difference. It's my observation. If somebody else here has found a way to make that work, just let me know. But Raven's Claw goes in the category of awful. and the Outrider too. This ship, 6 stars, Relic 7. I feel like this ship should be crushing things in fleet, but I pull the trigger, and then damage goes out, and the enemy gets tickled. This ship is doing like really bad damage. It's really good in the Profundity fleet. It hits pretty hard in the Profundity fleet, but in like a Home 1 fleet or a fleet that's not Profundity, this thing is like, hits like a wet noodle. So anyway, I mean, I've just been surprised at how weak the Raven's Claw version of that team is. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that, just based on, again, my own experiences. Okay, Bistan's U-Wing we don't really want to invest in. We'll take that up to 6 stars. Cassian's U-Wing we did put over here and earmark for improvement. I do want to save up. Again, if I hit this by the end of the month, I don't want to be out of materials. But this is one of the ships that's in the journey, so we need it running well to do the actual Profundity itself. So I feel like I have to invest in it. It somehow was an oversight on my part. I feel like I developed this ship, but obviously I never clicked these buttons. Okay. We'll just take these up. We're going to save the ship Omegas for right now. I don't think I want to do ship Omegas. But we need the skills on this ship, and we need the levels, and we're going to need the reinforcement abilities for sure. Stealth duration +1. I've got to invest 5 in that. Okay, and then this is just damage, and we'll take it up through level 7. I guess the only redeeming quality of Raven's Claw is, I mean, it is Kyle Katarn, so if you were planning to I don't know, build into a profundity or something like that, and then follow it up with a Star Killer journey, you know, then it would make a little more sense to me. We do have to invest in this. This is part of the whole reason it's such a good reinforcement. Okay, this this is something that I don't use that much, so we're not going to invest heavily in it. Okay. Alright, so this ship is up and running in much better shape now. That's actually a functional ship. And we are still going to have to put more improvements into it, again, by the time the event gets here. Big's ship, we're definitely going to have to improve. The Ghost, we may have to look at leveling up some of these Phoenix to make the Ghost better. Because the Ghost and the Bistan, or Cassian's U-Wing are the reinforcements that I used. So there was basically 5 ships that I mixed and matched going through the event the first time. Obviously the tank, the Rebel tank is just a foregone conclusion, right? You're going to max out this Rebel Y-Wing here and use it in the starting 3 for sure. Then you're going to have Outrider in the starting 3, 100% for sure. And then sometimes I was putting in the Biggs' ship into the starting lineup, and sometimes I was putting the Ghost into the starting lineup, and then pulling in the reinforcements based on, you know, which one of those I did. Typically Cassian's U-Wing first, and then whatever. So that's a bit how I was playing the events. So we'll build that stuff up and we'll be ready to do it that way this time as well. I think I want Biggs at least Gear 12 to help out with the event. And honestly, I don't think it would be a bad idea. It's probably in my best interest to go ahead and relic Biggs. Because we can get Mon Mothma no problem. I think she's only 2 or 3 weeks out at the most. And then we could follow that up with Relic on Biggs easily, and have Biggs at, you know, Relic 2 or 3 or something like that for the event. Because I found having a Relic Biggs made that event a lot easier. Yeah, the difference between like a Gear 10 Biggs, I think, is what I started out with, and then it was rough. I got it, but it was rough. But I had all the other ships finished out. But then later, when I brought in a Relic Biggs for the bonus event, it's one try and it's successful every time. And so it makes a huge difference if you can rely on that as a starting ship. Let's make that the plan. Let's finish Mon Mothma, and then let's Relic Biggs. Let's put Biggs up here on the favorites. He's still pretty far down here. What does he need? Oh, he needs this Mark 6 syringe. Okay, so we'll put him on favorites, and we'll relic him after Mon Mothma. You know what I'll do? This is what I'll do. If I can actually qualify for the event at the end of the month, I'll get the materials to Relic Biggs, if I can. If I go through the event and I get what I need out of the event without relicking Biggs, I'll save the materials. If it gets to the point where I feel like relicking Biggs is the difference between winning and losing, I'll slap the relic on him and go from there. Genius. Genius. I'll just have it ready to relic. Okay, that's about all I can do, right? We did characters, we did mods, we did ships. Datacrons is, you know, it's what it is. I don't have relic teams, so I don't really have a need for a lot of Datacrons. And in normal conquest, we're not really getting a lot of datacrons anyway, so kind of stuck. But yeah, that's it. 4987 crystals in the bank, on our way to 9,000. And then, you know, maybe I'll get just over that so that I can yell out that my crystals are over 9,000. Participate in meme culture. And we could do the raid here too. Why not? We could do Moff Gideon and Ms. Syndulla. I gotta say, this for me, half the time I get a good score on the first try, and half the time I just get absolutely wrecked. They focus on one character or the other and just rip them in half, and then I gotta restart. So let's see what we can get here. Do that. So I always do the dodges when they're up, and then on Hera Syndulla I do the middle skill sometimes. But like right now they're focusing on Gideon, so if I do this, it gives me an evasion and repair damage on myself, but I need the basic so I can get, you know, some healing onto Gideon instead. Yeah, this is looking like one of those runs where they're just going to hard target Gideon the whole time and take him out. It's weird. Like sometimes the AI splits their damage and sometimes they just beeline for one character. I don't know what the difference is. I can do the battle a couple times with the same characters, same mods, same everything. And like half the time it'll be like this. It's just a waste of my time right now because they've decided that Gideon must die, and that's the end of the story. Let's try again. Poopstorm says hello. What's up, Darth Loquitur? Just finishing up the Lex Talionis account building for the day. Yeah, they're focusing Gideon again. Look at that. Put a shot over onto... Good gravy. What is this? Okay. At least they decided to attack Hera a little bit. We'll take that. I would prefer if they focused on her instead of Gideon, but... Oh, they're doing it again. It's so weird. Come on. Okay. Split damage again. Alright, alright. He's taking a couple shots at Ms. Syndulla at least. Okay. Oof. Just a ridiculous amount of damage right there. Okay. Keep going. Okay, that should be it for us. Next wave. Okay. Dodge, and then we'll use that middle skill now because Hera's taking some damage. Okay, bounce him out. Now we just gotta... you know what? Let's get a kill here. And we'll take the dodge coming into this round. Keep him alive. 832. Okay, 21 stacks, 15 on Hera, 9.24. And we're almost 100%, so as soon as I do this, they're going to enrage, and we dead. Well, still 930,000, good enough. Submit that as our starting point, and then we'll go in with the rest of our teams, and we'll get as much as we can. But it's nice that, you know, we were able to relic 2 characters Gideon, of course, isn't part of the profundity journey, but he's certainly a character that I wanted on the account, and that made a nice team for us to boost up our raid participation pretty quickly. So there we go. Let's go into Grand Arena. Hit this sign up button. Get ourselves in there. We'll do the same thing over on the Loquitur account in the background. You can't see it, but I'm signing up to make sure I don't forget over there either. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We did everything we could with the account. We got a plan for going forward. We took a look at the next journey, started earmarking some characters. We've got some relic targets outside the Jabba journey if we want to strengthen things up. We'll have to make some decisions on whether or not we're going to make a full relic CLS team. I probably will. So we'll go from finishing the profundity. We'll go into a cycle of getting the CLS team up and running and maybe a couple other relics for Grand Arena. Then we'll go into the Jabba the Hutt journey. It's a plan, and then, you know, if I keep playing this account, we'll see, and we'll probably be 4 million galactic power at about a year and a half by my calculation at the rate that we're currently building. So it'll take some time, but yeah, you just got to be ready for it when it gets here. It looks like we'll be more than ready for it by the time we get to 4 million. All right, thank you all for coming out and hanging out. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe if you want to see more of my stuff in the future. Notification bell lets you know when I'm doing these live streams. And of course, we've got the Discord linked up above and down below. Discord's a nice place to hang out and be part of a community. So come on over there and join us. Lots of cool people that will answer your questions. There's an Ask Loquitur channel. You can talk directly to me and I'll answer your questions up there. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next Holocron.